Okay, Redbird soccer coach Greg Nasello up next. But first, big thanks to partner Cassens, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, the #1 place to purchase a vehicle in the Metro East. If you're in the market for a new or a pre-owned car, check out Cassens inventory in person where they've been for 28 years or online at Cassens.com. Cassens has earned the highest ratings for customer service. Their expert staff is committed to making your car buying experience enjoyable, including convenient on-site financing. I purchased 5 vehicles there, including that brand new Gladiator. See that Jeep out there, Coach?
Absolutely.
That's mine, and I got it at Cassens, and I will never purchase a vehicle anyplace else. With over 90 years of experience in the Metro East, Cassens is the clear-cut leader for quality, service, and customer satisfaction. Go see Steve, Cliff, Holly, Greg, Bob, Mike, or Evan today. Do you know Jeb Blassingame?
Yes, I do.
The great goalie from Granite City?
Absolutely.
Awesome guy.
Yep. You know what? That's the thing. You've coached a long time, so have I. We've gotten to know a lot of people. It is really cool to have good people around you and just to come back, and especially when you've been out of things for a little bit and come back and see everybody, and it's just like old friends.
Yep.
It's great.
If you're looking to buy or sell a home in the Metro East on the Illinois or the Missouri side, please give our partners at Keller Williams Marquis, Jeb and Ginger Blassingame, the chance to serve you. They have offices in O'Fallon and Edwardsville with more than 165 agents. The Blassingames are a family-owned business that has helped over 11,000 families find just the right home. The Lipes are one of those families. Jeb and Ginger sold our house so fast because they're experts at staging and pricing, and they helped us find the perfect home, and they can do the same for you. No wonder they've been ranked in the top 10 real estate teams in North America. Give Jeb and Ginger Blassingame a call at 618-578-9276 or check them out online at blassingamegroup.com. You will not be disappointed. All right. Coach Greg Nasello, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
And let me welcome back intern Kala Espensheed. Good to see you, Kala. Oh, wait, your microphone's not on. Sorry, say welcome. Okay, sorry. Here we go. Much better.
I'm here.
There you go. Good to see you. How was cross-country practice at Waterloo today?
I survived. That's all I got to say.
How far did we run?
8 miles.
Coach, what?
Hey, if you just made your athletes do cross-country, I think they'd be in top-tier shape.
Well, we kind of do, because every day when we finish, we run one of the laps around our cross-country track. So we do about 1.8 to 2 miles at the end of practice. So we don't go as far as you guys, but we do get a little bit.
Yeah.
And during a soccer game, you're running how many miles?
Oh my gosh! I mean, they don't put the little clocks on them anymore. But my daughter, when she was doing it at the university, and she was doing somewhere between 8 to 9 miles easy every day.
And it's sprints.
Exactly.
It's a different kind of running.
Yes.
Yeah. It's a different kind of fitness.
Absolutely. But still, see that long distance. I got into the new style of coaching of soccer where you try to get game fitness by your drills. And you know what I found out? You got to go back to the old-fashioned thing. Let's go run. Get them used to doing it. And once you've got your legs, then anything else is possible. So that's what we've been doing now. So I get it. Yep.
All right. I'm going to make a Mount Rushmore of Alton soccer figures.
Okay.
I'm going to put Darren Jones.
Absolutely.
You put Darren Jones on there.
You bet he is.
You put Lindsay Kennedy Eversmeyer on there. And I think you put Greg Nasello on there.
I wouldn't put him. No, I go to Pat Hoy. That's another one. He was playing out at Duke. Really good player. I wasn't quite that high. I was okay, but I think there's like Gwen Sabo, nice Division I player. Allison Baker, another Division I player.
Okay.
You know, and I'm not I appreciate what you're saying. But,
okay, but I'm not just putting athletes up there, players up there. I'm putting coaches up there too. When I think of Alton soccer, I think of those people that I just mentioned.
Yeah.
But I think of you too.
Well, I
just by reading reading the sports page and looking at social media. Let's start with you.
Okay.
Born and raised in Alton?
Absolutely.
Started kicking around a soccer ball at what age?
I was 7 years old. My dad was approached by the park and rec guy at the time because my dad coached flag football, baseball, basketball. And he said, we're going to try to start soccer for 9-year-olds. And he said, you can't. My son's 7. If you want me to coach, you got to go to 7-year-olds. So that's why I started. So I technically was the first kid to ever sign up for soccer in Alton.
Wow.
And my dad was one of the coaches, and it just built from there. So I loved it. I stayed with it. I played all the other sports, but soccer was by far my best.
Through high school?
All the way, yeah.
But you played tennis for Roger Schlepper?
Tennis, but I was the guy that was just there to, play doubles once in a while, but I used it to stay in shape. And
You beat me every time you played me.
I know better than that. I didn't beat anybody.
Okay, so the next question I have, how
Yeah.
often do people stop you on the show and say, I listened to your podcast. I love you, Joe Rogan.
Not quite. I wish they did because then I'd have more money.
Come
But
on.
I wouldn't have to keep working.
Do you see it?
Yeah.
It's
Should
too
be.
funny.
It's Joe Rogan.
That's hilarious. I think it's great.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you played through high school, and then did you play in college?
Absolutely. Was supposed to go to Northern Illinois. I'll tell you a great story, and it's going to compliment another coach. And it's also what made me, as a coach, do what he did for me. You remember a guy named Gene Baker?
Heck.
You know Gene, right?
Of course, yeah. I did,
you know
did, a,
soccer,
show,
you know
did
Gene.
a show with Gene.
People, he was a very competitive guy, and as a coach and as a player, I played against him as a player.
And an English teacher, by the way.
I mean, but just a good, hard guy to play against. He's very competitive. I never knew anything good about him when I was a player because he was always the enemy. He's the guy at Granite South and then Granite City. My senior year, I'm graduated. I'm working for my uncle. I get a call one day, and I'm like, who is this? And they said, well, it's a guy named Gene Baker wants to talk to you. Okay, and I pick up the phone. Yeah, Coach Baker, what is he? He goes, hey, I've been talking to the coach from Northern Illinois. I told him you're the best midfielder we got, and you're the guy that they need. Now, that just shocked me to no end. Here it is, the coach that, he wasn't my coach. He didn't have to do a thing for me, but he went out of his way to get somebody interested in me, a Division I school. And I remember then, I'm going to tell you, I try to do the same thing for every kid because of what he did for me. There's no such thing as not helping somebody out. And I just think it's great that he did that. Now, I didn't end up going to Northern because their coach got fired right when I was going up there. And ended up going to Lewis and Clark College, which was great because I met Ed Honeyke. We made it to the national title game my first year.
So you went to SIUE?
No, I went to Lewis and Clark.
So
Ed was before he went to SIUE.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I've had Ed on the show, too.
You won't meet a better guy. Eddie is the greatest. He is the greatest. But played for him, and then I went to Oakland University up in Detroit, and I played there for my last 2 years.
Oakland University is in Detroit.
Absolutely. Yep.
Okay,
It's
Division
Oakland
II?
County. It was Division II then, now it's Division I.
Okay.
So that's why I said I didn't quite get to Division I. I was a Division II player, but I was lucky to start every place I went and did very well. But, like I said, I was the back. I was the marking guy. I was fast and I could jump.
Any professional?
No. I did have an opportunity to go to Leeds in London, but I turned them down because I'd hurt my knee my senior year. They gave me a one-way ticket. If you come over, you can try out, but we can't guarantee we'll send you back home. You're going to have to find your way. And I was broke. I'm like, I just don't have the money. So instead I went and worked for Budweiser for 3 years.
Wow, what an experience that would have been. Do you regret it?
No, you know what? Because honestly, it took me about 4 years to heal because I really screwed up my MCL and it was not going. After I ran a little bit and started doing long distance running, it got better. But that was it. So no regrets because you know what? I got to coach and that's what I did right after college. I think that's where I was meant to be.
Do you think you would have healed quicker and more completely with today's technology?
Absolutely. Because we just didn't have those things back then. I remember the biggest thing we had was a machine called the Orthotron that you pushed, it was like a extension machine that you put pressure against you, but that was about it. Nowadays, my God, all the little electronic devices and the zappers and all the other things they connect you to. Or even when I had shoulder surgery, all the things that they gave, we didn't have any of that stuff.
Yeah.
So, but I think, you know what? At least I had something. I go back to the people like Gale Sayers in the 60s. Imagine what he would have been like if he could have stayed healthy.
Say the same thing in sports and lit every day.
Yeah.
With second time Gale Sayers' name came up in this podcast.
That was
I
phenomenal. I
was
think
never
he might
the
have
same.
been no, because he was one of the greatest. Another guy in Detroit that I saw was Billy Sims. The same thing. That guy was phenomenal. One bad injury, boom, and he was at a time where they couldn't fix like they can now. But you know what? That's what it is. I don't look back with any regrets playing. I just, I'm thankful for everything I got because I think I was able to get the most out of my ability. Because I'm only 5'5". I'm not tall. I mean, but I could jump 36 inches and I can run a 4.5 So now anymore, I can't do any of that. But then I could.
And you had the skills too.
I think it was the heart more than anything else. Because I got a chance to try out for the national team in 1980 for the U16 national team. And they flew me out to Colorado Springs and I was there for a week and I trained and it was great. The last day, it's like football. They give you that little, coach wants to talk to you. Because we were down to the last guy's cut and I go in there and he said, I hate to tell you, but You're not going to be. You're going
You're
to be
the
your
last
first
guy cut.
That's what it was. You're going to be the first guy if somebody gets hurt, first alternate. And he goes, because the best part of your game is right here. Unfortunately, it's got to be in your feet, not your heart. And I said, well, I appreciate it, Coach.
Who was the coach?
A guy named Rick Ben. You remember him? He was at SIU as a goalkeeper coach, and then he moved on to some other places. So he was at Kansas City and some places with the old MSL or no, I mean,
MLS,
the indoor league.
Yeah,
With the Steamers and all that.
Right.
He coached out in Kansas City for a while. He was been on several places. But Gansler was the head coach, and he was the number one, and Rick was his assistant. So you had to go talk to the assistant when you were getting cut those days. So, but at least I made it till the last day. That's the way I look at it.
Soccer's in your blood.
Absolutely.
What do you love about it?
You know what? I love three things about it. Number one, I love the game. I love the fact when I was playing basketball back in the day when I'm 5'5", but I was still a point guard in 8th grade. But the coach called the plays. He told me what to run. When I'm playing baseball, I had to look down to the third base coach to see, can I even swing at this pitch? When I'm playing soccer, I had to make every decision. By the time the coach said something, it's passed. So I love that, number one, I'm the one that has to make every decision. Good or bad, it's on me. The second thing is I love that it requires you to be physically fit and you got to be smart. You can't just be one or the other. You can't just beat this game up. You got to think it out. And then the third thing is I love the team aspect. I love working with other guys. And that's what's so good because you really have a team here. You can't get by with one guy. You have to have everybody. So that's my favorite part of this game.
And then you started coaching when?
Right. Well, the first time I coached, when I began, I was 18. I was coaching for the Alton Optimists. I was playing at Lewis and Clark, but then I was helping doing a U15 team at the time. So I was only 18 years old playing, and I was doing that. So I coached. I'm 61, and I've been coaching every year except for the 3 years I went to college. My second year at Lewis and Clark and the 2 years at Oakland. And then as soon as I finished, I went and started coaching at Rochester High School in Michigan right away. So that next year. So I've coached every year since 18, since I was 18 years old. So it's been quite a while.
Did the coaches that were your mentors recognize in you that you were going to be a good coach?
I don't know early on if they did, but the guys later, absolutely. That's why I started doing it. Gary Parsons was my head coach up at Oakland. And he told me, he pulled me out when we were done, we were going through our meetings and that, and he said, hey, you're a guy that I'd love to have you on staff, but I think you need to go out and just coach because you like to do it. You're you're one that the kids will really listen to and go to because you got a lot of energy. I think you should do it now. Don't work with me. So he was the first one to push me into it. That's why I started coaching high school when I was up there. But another guy I had, of course, was Ed Hunnicky, and he was always big later on when I was doing it to encourage me. Like he'd call me up and say, hey, I see things are going well when I was coaching back here in the area. Hey, is there anything I can do to help? I mean, that's the best part of this. When you meet people like that and you keep them with you your whole life.
That's a great guy.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Oh, God, yeah. You won't meet anybody better.
So you're coaching in the Metro East. When did you start coaching at Alton then Lewis and Clark and now back at Alton again?
Yeah, it's crazy, all the things I've done. When I came back here, God, it was 1989 when I came back from Detroit. And I started coaching for the Riverbend Alton Bell Soccer Club. That's what it was then.
Me too.
Okay.
With Darren Jones.
Darren Jones, there you go. Darren's my buddy. We've grown up together.
I had
dad
the
and my dad were best friends.
16s, 14s girls.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking. So doing all that. So
Yes.
I did that. And then the middle school started a program. So they said they needed a middle school coach. So I'm like, well, I'll put in for it.
And this is 90?
Oh, God. It's
89,
something
90?
like, it's back there. And it's just, I don't remember the years now. It's too many, unfortunately. But I went and did it for 3 years. And the crazy thing is I had to coach 6th and 7th grade and 8th grade. And the only time I ever lost was when I played myself because we had North, the way it was, you had North middle school, or then it was junior high. North junior high and North East and then Central and then West. I was at West. So when we'd play those teams, we would play the 6th and 7th grade against the 8th and the 8th against the 8th, all that. Well, the only time I ever lost, my 6th and 7th grade team beat every 8th grade team and every 6th and 7th grade team. The only time they lost was when they played my 8th grade team. So I did that for 3 years. Then I went to Alton High. They asked me would I come up there and be an assistant coach. I did that for 3 years, 4 years. And then of all things, I'm walking across the campus at Lewis and Clark where I teach. And Tim Rooney comes out and says, hey, I didn't realize you were doing this again. Would you want to coach with me? And I went, absolutely. So I just said, no offense to Alton High, but I'm going to go out to Lewis and Clark, and I stayed there for 4 years. And you can't ask for a better coach to work under. He taught me so much about the game and how to work with players, and just what a great guy. Have you ever had a chance to meet Tim? I'm going to tell you what, there's a reason why he won national titles like he did out at Lewis and Clark. There's a reason why so many players wanted to play for him and wanted to come back and see him. He is just one of the best people. Like Ed Huneke, he's one of those guys you just want to be around all the time. So just a good guy. But yeah, I did that. And then from there, one day I got a call and said, would you want to coach at the high school? Well, I'll go up and interview, and I did, and I'll be damned if they didn't hire me. And I was there for a long time.
How many years?
God, see, that's the thing. The girls were 15 years. The boys were 13. And the reason why is because once my son came into 8th grade, I didn't want to coach my son in high school. So I retired from the boys, and then my daughter. You know what? I did a little bit when they were younger, but one of the things I never wanted to do, I didn't want to be the one that had to take them off the field. And that's the thing. I mean, I was fine coaching and getting them inspired to play, but if I had to be the one to pull them off because something went wrong, I just didn't want to be that person. I want to be their dad. And it's a lot easier to be your dad up in the stands. So needless to say, I did the girls 2 more years, and then my daughter came, and I retired from there. And I get a call out of nowhere driving to Florida from a school in Missouri I'd never even heard of, MICDS, Mary Institute Country Day. Would you be interested in coming onto our staff and coaching? What the hell? Yeah, I'll do it. So I went over there because I said, I've got to go see my kids play. Well, we play at 4 o'clock. If the games aren't until 6:30, you'll eat, no problem. You can get there. Perfect. So I did that for 8 more years or 9. We won 2 state titles over there. One of the guys, one of the girls.
And you were the head coach there?
Well, no, I was assistant coach there.
Okay.
Yeah, because I told him I can't do the head coach if I want to go see my kids play. So I did that. And then lo and behold, one day I went back to Alton High because I retired from there thinking, this is it. I'm done. And then I get another call. Would you be interested in coming back and coaching a little bit more? So that's where I've been for the last 3 years now, back at Alton High doing the boys and helping at Marquette with the girls.
Oh, wow.
I'm doing that one too. I helped Brian Hayner in the spring, but not this year because this year is my last year at Lewis and Clark College. I retire this year. I'm also going to retire from Alton High too. And that's going to be it. And then we're moving to Florida when everything's done.
No kidding.
Yeah, we've got a condo in Destin, and that's where we're going to end up.
And you're out of here.
Yep.
Wow.
Just because I'm, getting to that age, I just want to go enjoy what's left without because I had new knees, new shoulders, new hips. I'm running out of things to replace.
Think you're going to be okay down there without a whistle in your mouth?
I truly do. I truly do, but for a different reason, because I think it's time. I teach biology in college, and I believe in evolution. It's time to evolve. Let somebody else come in, better, new ideas, and let them come. And if somebody ever needs help, I'd be glad to help. But I don't want to have to be that guy anymore. You know what I mean? To take care of everything. But I have no regrets on anything I've done. I've loved it all. The people I've met, the players that I've gotten to play for me, wouldn't trade a thing. Not a thing.
That's awesome. Okay, I want to talk about the Redbirds here in a second, though. All
right.
But first, I want to talk a little bit about golf. Located northeast of Edwardsville, Oakbrook Golf Club is a family-owned 27-hole public golf facility, and their goal is to offer the highest quality golf experience for a reasonable fee. Oakbrook is consistently recognized for awards such as Friendliest Staff, Best Course to Host a Fundraiser, and Best Senior Scramble in the bi-state area. From fundraisers to leagues to instruction to an afternoon out on the links by yourself or with your friends, the Brook wants to win your business. I've personally played and hosted multiple golf scrambles there. I've lost hundreds of balls there, and I promise you, Mike Surrey and his staff are the best. To book your next tee time or to start organizing your next fundraising scramble, give them a call at 656-5600 or check them out online at oakbrookgc.com. And you and your kids may never outgrow your favorite sports, but you may outgrow your equipment. Your locally owned Play It Again Sports provides an easy way to sell your quality used sports and fitness gear and get paid on the spot or trade up for what you need right now. Not only will you save with affordable used gear, but they also supply the latest new equipment and accessories from the most popular brands. I've talked to Edwardsville store owner Dan Brynjildsen recently, and he said they're paying top dollar for all the fall sports, the soccer cleats, the football cleats, the soccer balls, the footballs. They're moving that stuff like crazy, and they're gearing up for hockey. Winter means hockey, and Play It Again Sports Edwardsville is the hockey center of the Metro East. Skate sharpening, sticks, pucks, goalie equipment, you name it. Go see Dan. Tell him I sent you. Okay, Greg. Let's talk about the Redbirds.
You got it.
You're back at the helm of the boys team this year. How we doing? We connecting passes and stretching out the field, scoring goals and finishing. How we doing? How are the restarts?
Well, right now we're 3-2, so that's the good news. We're there, but we are not the most talented team I've had at Alton High since I've been there skill-wise, but we're very athletic. So we kind of went to the idea of, look, if we can't outskill you, we're going to at least try to outwork you, and that's what we've been doing, and we've been very lucky to be in games that with a couple better teams and beating them. Played real close to Belleville West, and we're going to find out tomorrow because we got Collinsville, and they're very good. So we'll see how we're doing. But, we're in the Southwest Conference. It's the best conference. Every team in there is good. There's no such thing as a weak team in that conference, and that's what makes it fun. We were fortunate to beat Belleville East our first conference game, and then I said we lost to West, but we'll see how it goes. But our guys are working hard. And it's been a lot of fun this year because of their attitudes. They come out every day looking forward to going. And we're pushing them hard. And like I said, running at the end, knowing you're going to run that cross-country course every day when you finish is not something fun. But they've bought into it, and they're trying.
They're working hard.
Absolutely. What's always saying that hard work can sometimes outwork teams that are better skilled, and that's what we're trying to do. And they're doing it. They're trying their best.
There you go.
Yep.
Who's goalie?
Patrick Hennessy is our goalie. He has been there. He's started since he was a freshman. You will not see a better keeper in this area at stopping penalty kicks. He's already stopped 4 this year. He's unreal. He can read them. He did that last year. He stopped like 7 last year. I mean, it's unreal how good this kid is on them. But we've been very fortunate to have him in goal for those last 3 years. We've got a good senior class that's very athletic. Blake Rensing is one of our top players in the middle, and then you've got a Max Reedy in the back, along with Nick Tukin. So some good, solid
tennis
skill. But yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing I like. I got so many kids that play more than one sport. Blake is a baseball player. Deacon Alm's another baseball player that plays soccer. So they take a lot of what they've learned in those sports, and they're using it here with their footwork and things. Tennis, a prime example. Yesterday, we were talking with Nick, and I was like, I was having trouble getting back on a ball. And I said, well, think about how you drop on an overhead smash. How are we going to do that? How do you move your feet to get in position for that? And I said, you're doing the same thing in soccer. You don't want to backpedal. You want to drop like you do. Take that first step back, take that drop step. It's the same movement. If you're a center fielder in baseball, you're going to make that drop step back.
Exactly right.
Yeah. So you just cheat from other sports. Learn from them and use them.
We practice that every single day.
Yeah.
Turning and go. You can't backpedal.
No.
You cannot backpedal. You got to turn and go.
But it's great after all the years. You see how other sports work. And I love watching other sports to steal from them to make my team better.
Yeah.
And it's been a fun year just because of that. Because I got these guys that are good athletes. They can play other sports. We'll just go play soccer now. We just figure out how to do it. So it's been fun.
Who are the teams to look out for? You said Collinsville.
You know what? I think it's the same way every year. Now, Triad doesn't play at our level. They're considered, they're still 2, but they're right there too. But you throw every team in the Southwest Conference and you throw Triad into that mix. Alton Marquette's another one. Columbia, you throw those guys in with us. Those are really good teams. Father McGivney now is really good. So you see a lot of good teams, but I still think our conference, day in and day out, when you got to play those guys twice, there's no reprieve. Every game is going to be tough, just like it is in basketball, football. It's always the same. Everybody's battling. So I think that's what makes it fun, that you're in a conference that every day is going to be a challenge.
Sounds good, Coach, and you're right. And I think across the board, Southwestern Conference.
Yeah, I mean and I'm not picking on other things. I'm sure not trying to talk them down, but it's a big difference when you're playing every day against these schools, and we're going to add now 3 more next year, and it's going to make it even stronger. So that's big.
So what year is your last year? Next year?
This is going to be it right here.
This is it?
I haven't told my team yet, but this is going to be it.
Well, if they listen to this, they're going to know.
They're going to hear it, but they're going to know soon enough. I just was trying not to – I didn't want to take away from them by talking about me.
Okay,
that's not what
so they didn't know.
No, I didn't tell them.
This is your official announcement.
This is it. My coaches know it and other people, but I'm going to retire next spring, and it's time. Like I said, it's time to bring somebody in. I think I've done the last 3 years of doing a good job of putting together a really good staff, and they know how to work some things in. We've done some things a little bit different than they've done in the past to bring in some ideas from the other places I've coached. I think that's gotten them a good basis of how to put things together, with the materials you need in that. And they're going to be very good. And, you know, I'm going to miss it, but at the same point, it's time to move on and let somebody else come in.
Well, you've been a hell of a coach, a hell of a force to the
appreciate
game of
that.
soccer. Like I said, I'm going Mount Rushmore of Alton area soccer, and you got to be on it, man, for all the work you've put in, all the players you've coached, all the love you put into the game. And, you know, maybe Darren Jones was a better player, but trying out for the national team, you were pretty damn good, and all the work you've done, and there you go, man.
I appreciate that. A little bit emotional there because it made me think about all that. I don't like to look at myself that way.
Right.
Because I truly believe you give back, you know, and I don't do it because I want something for it. I just love it.
But you got a lot back.
Oh, you bet. I get it every day when I'm walking into any place in Alton and somebody says, "Hey, coach." That's the coolest thing every day. And I get it every day, and I love it. I think there's nothing better, and I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. You get the same thing.
I think you're going to be passing by some high school down there. Kids are going to be playing, and you're going to get recruited. They're going to.
You may be right. I'm not going to lie. You may be right.
You're going to love it too much. All right, Greg. Well, we got to have you one more time before you get out of here.
All right, I will do that.
All right, Greg Nasello, Alton boys soccer, legendary figure in the Alton soccer community. Thanks for coming by.
Absolutely.